that we have is that it should be, and I'm sure that ATAGI will come up with that recommendation, as I'm sure it's inevitable as well as it is overseas, that in order to be considered fully vaccinated, that third shot as a protection against Omicron is particularly important. On one hand, you have one person in Labor saying, don't interfere with ATAGI, then you have the leader trying to do precisely the opposite. Utterly irresponsible, utterly inappropriate, utterly unworthy of somebody who wants to be a PM.
That's the view of Victoria, that's the view of New South Wales, that's the view of jurisdictions across the country. It is the clear public health advice that we're getting. The interval needs to be shortened, and it needs to be shortened immediately. But what we're announcing today is that we're ready to scale up to meet that demand.
Well, ATAGI is an independent body. Why are the premiers asking ATAGI to reduce the interval between the second and third dose? It is not their, it's not their scope of practice. It's not what, their chief medical officer might have said that. They're being extra overcautious, but there are reactions to the vaccines too. And if this vaccine is not effective even for 5 months, it's not an effective vaccine. If ATAGI has said from 6 months to 5 months, why can't they respect that decision? Why are they putting undue pressure on them to reduce? How often should we have now? If you reduce it to 5 months, then someone will say 4 months, someone will say 3 months. Should we have it every 15 days now? Someone might feel very comfortable having it every 15th day. It's not an effective vaccine if it doesn't stay in your body, if there are no antibodies for a few months at least. And that just shows that it's an ineffective vaccine. If you need to take boosters so often, that just means it's an ineffective vaccine.
Are you vaccinated?
I am vaccinated, yes.
So how many?
I have had 2 doses of Pfizer, and I don't want the interval to be reduced any further than 5 months. 5 months is enough. I have to because I am a healthcare worker. It's mandatory, but I would have had it even if I didn't want to. But I don't want to have a 4th booster for sure. I don't want to. If it requires a 4th booster, I don't think it's effective. And I really don't want them to reduce the interval between the second and third dose. I think it's just the corporates, the Pfizer and Moderna wanting to, well, they will say that you should reduce the interval. They'll make more profit. It's just profit over, it's just, they are just chasing their profits. The more you reduce the interval between the second and third dose, the more profit these companies will make. That is why would they say they would be happy if you take it every month. They will be selling much more doses if people reduce the interval. I mean, but how many vaccines can you have? There should be some interval between them, and to interfere with the regulating bodies is unethical, is irresponsible.
So what health worker are you?
I'm a doctor.